Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for December 26, 2023, Hanover man allegedly found with imitation gun charged. A Hanover man was taken into custody and charged after he was allegedly held by police with an imitation firearm on Main Street, Lucy, in the parish on Sunday, December 24. Charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon is 20-year-old Shaquille Scott of Harton Gardens in Lucy, Hanover. Reports are that about 12:30 a.m., a police team was in the area when they saw a man whose actions aroused their suspicion. The man was accosted and searched, and one imitation firearm was reportedly found in his waistband. Scott was subsequently taken into custody and was charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. Police High Command is saddened by death of Corporal in St. Anne. The Police High Command is expressing condolences to the family, friends, and the colleagues of Corporal Hampton Russell, who was killed in a crash on the Richmond Main Road in St. Anne on Sunday. Russell was assigned to the St. Anne Division. Reports are that about 8 p.m., Corporal Russell was driving a Nissan LaFesta motorcar with another man identified as Akeem Fulton on board. Lawmen say Corporal Russell was driving his motorcar in a westerly direction along the Richmond Main Road when the driver of a Toyota Axio motorcar, which was proceeding in the opposite direction, overtook a line of traffic and collided head-on with the Nissan LaFesta. Both Corporal Russell and Fulton received multiple injuries and were pronounced dead on arrival at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. Clarendon taxi operator charged following gun and ammo seizure. A taxi operator was arrested and charged after a gun and ammunition were reportedly found in a bag during the search of a car he was driving in Longwood Racecourse in Clarendon on Wednesday, December 20. Charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition is 40-year-old Peter Cunningham, otherwise called Rando, of Longwood Racecourse in the parish. Reports are that about 11 p.m., lawmen were in the area when they signaled the driver of a Toyota Probox motorcar to stop. The driver complied and he and the vehicle were searched. Upon closer inspection of the vehicle, police said a bag was seen on the floor of the car. The bag reportedly contained one Glock 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 9 rounds of ammunition. Cunningham was subsequently taken into custody. He was charged on Sunday, December 24, after he was interviewed in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. Illegal gun seized in Westmoreland, man charged. The police in Westmoreland on Sunday seized an illegal gun and arrested and charged a man in Del Eiffel, Grange Hill. Charged with possession of a prohibited weapon is 27-year-old Shamari Miller, a carpenter of Godfrey Street in Grange Hill. Reports from the Grange Hill police are that about 1:30 a.m., lawmen were in the area when Miller and another man were seen. According to the police, one of the men had a bag. The police say the actions of the men aroused the suspicion of the cops who went to investigate. They say an off-duty policeman was in the process of accosting them when one of the men escaped. Miller was caught and searched. During the search, a 9mm Glock P80 pistol was found in his possession. He was taken into custody and subsequently charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. 15 years later, Portland truck crash survivor still traumatized. Novelet Fuller, a survivor of the ill-fated truck accident of December 2008, which claimed the lives of 14 people in the Rio Grande Valley of eastern Portland, is still having nightmares about the tragic incident. Fuller, who spoke to the news on Friday, broke down in tears as she sought to explain the difficulty she has had since the truck accident 15 years ago. According to Fuller, her livelihood as a market vendor was disrupted and was never to be rekindled as she developed a phobia about traveling in motor vehicles. Every time I board a vehicle and it driving fast or the driver swerve, I have flashes of the accident, which prevents me from going back to sell at the market, said Fuller. Selling at the market in Kingston Coronation Market was what I did every week before the truck accident. I would pack up all my produce, yam, banana, dashina, cocoa, and board the truck at Millbank for the long journey. I was the breadwinner for my family, and it was just a routine for me. But the accident forced me to give up all of that, and since then, life has not been the same for me. I just couldn't deal with it anymore, and my daughter, who at the time was attending Port Antonio High, was affected as a result of the accident. After the accident, while in hospital, I remember each of us as survivors getting $20,000 each from the Prime Minister, Bruce Golden and Darrell Vaz. But since then, we did not get no other help. I know that shortly after a special fund was set up to assist the children of those killed in the truck accident, but I didn't get anything from that. The fund mentioned by Fuller was a special trust set up by the government at the time, which was spearheaded by Vaz, the West Portland Member of Parliament, and was aimed at providing assistance to the children of those who perished in the truck accident up to the age of 18 years old, with specific instructions for the Portland Municipal Corporation, formerly the Portland Parish Council, to handle the disbursement. However, according to Fuller, when she visited the Poor Relief Department of the then Portland Parish Council, which was in charge of disbursement, she was told that only children who lost their parents in the truck accident were to benefit from the fund. I was only given a uniform and a school bag for my daughter at the time, but other students would have benefited from the special fund set up to help them. My whole life has changed for the worse, and I don't even have a roof over my head or a place to call home. Some time ago, me apply for a poor relief house, but because me never did have no land, me no get it. I was at the Christmas tree lighting on Wednesday in Port Antonio, and all the memories of the truck accident came back to me because the same night them light the Christmas tree in 2008, at the same night the truck accident go on, she concluded. The news has since learned that the special fund set up to assist the children of those who died in the truck accident has since become obsolete, with all the children now being adults. 14 people, including a 10-year-old, perished in the truck accident at a dam bridge in the Rio Grande Valley on that fateful night 15 years ago. Campbell wants a court order for inviolable use of communal properties. Portmore Deputy Mayor Alric Campbell wanted the Portmore Municipal Corporation to seek a declaration from the Supreme Court to ensure that the properties initially designated for community use in the municipality remain dedicated to that purpose. Campbell cited what he said was one property in dispute, a fenced plot that he claimed was left over from the West Bay development near the former Forum Hotel. He said it was once owned by the Portmore Land Development Company, but is now in private hands, despite being earmarked for community use. The title has this property as slated for community use, so when we saw it fenced, the municipal council wrote to the Portmore Land Development Company, who was the titled owner, and they responded to say they no longer own the property, Campbell disclosed. Notably, the Portmore Land Development Company was an escrow entity used by the government at the time to develop the housing stock in Portmore. The entity is now owned by a major housing development company. According to Campbell, the municipal corporation was directed to the new owner of the land, who confirmed the ownership. He stressed the need for a court declaration covering all such properties, cautioning potential buyers to check land use stipulations. I am saying that by virtue of the previous arrangement, when the community of Edgewater was being established, that this particular piece of land be reserved for community use only. I would like the municipal corporation to seek a declaration from the Supreme Court to establish that the property is for community use, and anyone who owns it does so as a trustee for the entire community, Campbell advocated. He added, I wanted this to be a warning to all who intended to purchase property in Portmore designated for community use to be mindful of the use stipulation on the title, hence they run the risk of being a trustee on behalf of the community where the land is located. The deputy mayor noted that he wanted the declaration to include all other properties in the municipality that were slated for community use when Portmore was developed. In response to Campbell's plea, Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas has affirmed that the corporation will not endorse any development seeking to alter the original intended use of designated lands. Thomas emphasized his commitment to upholding the specified community use laid out in the titles. He signaled that he would take a stance against the permits that seek changes in land use. The disputed plot identified by Campbell features a canal leading to Dawkins Pond, ultimately connecting to the sea.